going over the sequence alignment problem on the strings ABD and ADD. All right, so we're given these rules here. So the gap cost is 1. The cost for A and B is 2. The cost for A and D is 1. And the cost for D and B is 2. All right, so we're going to initialize our graph first. So we just do 0, 1, 2, 3, and same in the column here. Okay, and now we start on this one right here. All right, so we have two cases. So if they match, we copy the diagonal value. And if they don't match, so if there's a mismatch, we take the minimum value of the diagonal plus cost, the top plus gap, or the left plus gap. Okay, so in this case, we're comparing A and A, so they match. So what we're gonna do is just copy the diagonal value right here, and it's 0. Okay, now we can move on to this cell right here. So we're comparing A and B. So this is a mismatch, obviously. So we come here and we fill out this function. So let's see, so the diagonal plus cost. All right, so the cost for A and B is listed here. So we're gonna take the diagonal value, which is 1, and we add the cost of A and B here. So 1 plus 2, then we look at the top value, which is here, and the gap cost is 1. So this is gonna be 2 plus 1, and then we compare the left value as well. So it's gonna be 0 plus 1 for here. All right, and the minimum value here is 1. So we fill this out here, and then we move on. Okay, and now we are comparing A and D. So this is another mismatch. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fill in these values and then take the minimum. So the diagonal plus the cost of A and D. So this is 2 plus 1 in this case. Now we have the top value plus our gap. So this is 3 plus 1. And then we have our left value plus gap. So it's 1 plus 1. Okay, and the minimum of all this is just 2. Okay. Now we move on to the next row right here. Going to be the same thing. So we're comparing A and D. This is a mismatch, so we fill this out again. So you get top left value, the diagonal, plus the cost of A and D, which is 1. So 1 plus 1. Then we have the top plus gap, so 0 plus 1, and then left plus gap, which is 2 plus 1. Okay, we take the minimum here, which is 1. All right, now we can move on to D and B. Okay, this is a mismatch once again. Diagonal plus cost of B and D is right here. So we do 2 plus 0, top plus gap, 1 plus 1, and left plus gap, which is 1 plus 1. And we're just getting the gap value from here. So it says gap, and this is our gap value. The minimum here is 2. All right. And now we're going to be comparing D and D. All right. Now we have a match. So what do? We just copy in the diagonal value, which is this one. Okay. Now last row, we have A and D. We're going to do the diagonal plus cost. So diagonal is 2 in this case, and the cost for A and D is 1. Okay. Then we do top plus gap. Let me erase this here. Top plus gap, which is just 1 plus 1. And then left plus gap, which is 3 plus 1. All right, what's the minimum here? It should be 2. Okay. Now we do the same thing for the last 2 rows. For the sake of time, I'll just fill this out. Actually, no, I'll just do it. So, okay, D and B. It's a mismatch. So take the diagonal plus the cost of D and B, which is 2. So 1 plus 2. Then we take the top value and add the gap, and then the left value and add the gap. The minimum is 3. Okay, and the very last value D and D match once again, so comparing D and D. So we just grab the diagonal, 2. All right, and that's our finished and filled out graph for sequence alignment.